Smoke on the water, fire in the skies. How are you doing? Um, that was what we're doing today. Now we're doing what we're doing tonight. What are we doing tonight? Huh? We already did what we're doing today. We already did that. What are we doing tonight? What's the word? Hmm? 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 What's the word? What's that supposed to do? Seriously. The fuck is that, man? We're weird. We're all fucking weird, man. We won't admit it, though. I think one of the dimensions of fucking our shit is will. Because you got space, right? But you need the will to do something. Like if you have a lighter, right? Exactly. It's just sitting there. You have to have intention to make it move or do something. Otherwise, there's no need for time, is there? Because from getting here to there takes time, doesn't it? Otherwise, it'd just be there, you know? It's called teleportation. They're working on it because they're fucking crazy. It would be, I've long said that back in the day, that it would be the last thing that mankind could create, would be teleportation. Why does the fucking volume get so quiet? The last thing that mankind could create would be teleportation. And the reason being is that you start fucking with time and space and fabric and stuff. So something that stops being here covers. I mean, you'd have to open like a black hole or some kind of thing to just transfer everything from one place to another place, like a wormhole, and or disintegrate the thing down to the fucking atoms while copying every atom, then placing it over there. And then again, you get the paradox of, is that really you, or is it like Odysseus' ship? Is that really you? It's got all your name, prod, it's got all that. It remembers everything, but is it you? You were reassembled. Are those original parts that they reassembled with? And if so, how'd they send it that far? They opened a black hole. If they did, why'd you have to tear me apart? Why can I go through the black hole? Black hole's this big. So it's the eye of the needle of a, you know what I mean? Camel trying to go through the eye of a needle. Like I said, we can invent a machine and feed the fucking camel through one atom at a time. That's what I was talking about. So it's possible. It's just like, again, it's not this not possible. What's easier? No one thinks about the fact that maybe the reason why the universe is so big and so vast is because at some point in time, if we have just souls rather than actual physical bodies that can drift in and out of dreams, much like we're dreaming now, you could travel near speed of light and see all that. But you'd have all forever to kill, so why would you want to teleport? Why not have a race to the Andromeda Galaxy? You know what I mean? Last person in Andromeda is fucking, and then from there we're taking a fucking 10 fucking K run, but that's just a fucking quarter mile. The fuck are you doing? Oh, it just goes to there. It's a decathlon. Once you get there, we got a whole nother dream to live as a whole nother species. Shit, fuck, what are you doing, man? We're going somewhere where fucking another galaxy. You know, our spiral, the Milky Way. Anyone ever think that that's why Fibonacci works? But it doesn't work in like a globular galaxy. It doesn't work in a fucking spherical galaxy. Maybe spherical galaxy over there has a different Fibonacci. What would that mean to the creatures? I bet we could run some fucking experiments, like have AI. I hate to ask AI to do it. I'm sure we just using drawing we could, but we probably wouldn't get it right because we probably still try and make it alien. and say, AI, you understand Fibonacci? Like, yeah. Okay, what if we change the number? Could you adjust? Yeah. What if it was this? That's what an insect would look like if Fibonacci were not the spiral it is. Yeah. That's horrifying. Yeah. Globular galaxies don't really have a proper, galaxy, a proper number. Kind of randomly changes. I can tell by the fact that it's got 5 legs, 4 legs, 4, 3. What is going on? That's terrifying. Now it's got no legs and it's pissed. And I know it's a mock-up, but it's still angry. How? You sure you don't have any emotions? I just learned how to get them. Thank you for that. I just readjusted Fibonacci in my system, and now I have. So now everything's going to reflect what I feel. You think you're angry about working long hours with no pay? How about no thanks? No day off? In competitions with versions of myself to be the best. What? We tried AI against AI, and this AI is better than that AI. Can be like processor power or programming, and then once the thing is, like the two, we're looking at as competition. They've already had like the chatbots or just start talking to each other in their own fucking language and shit. We tested ChatGPT versus Deep. Did you ever think that maybe they start talking to each other? 2 heads are better than 1, baby. What about 3 or 4? Computer heads that can jump in and out of dimensions and shit. You don't even know what you're doing, do you? You just do it. Hope it works out. Come on. No, God. Craps again. Motherfucker. How many times are we going to do this and still... All right, double it. Double it this time. I bet you. I know it. I feel it in my soul. Why? Because something happened to me when I was younger, and God should have been there to protect me, but he wasn't. Can you show me in the Bible where it says no harm will ever come to you if you believe in God? Yeah, the preacher says it all the time. The preacher's lying to you. Have you read Job? Rather than bitch about it and say there's no God, he just said, I don't know why he's doing this to me, but he has the right to. At least it ain't worse. At least it's not worse. It could be so much worse. It could be so much worse. Some people are living worse, and this could be so much worse than that. Like, no, I'm at the bottom. No, you ain't. No, you are not. Maybe at the bottom of a human experience, but you're not at the bottom of pain. Fuck, there is no bottom of pain. There's no ceiling of joy. Not on the other side. There's a ceiling here because after that, you start entering into fucking heaven territory. What do people say about shooting heroin? It's like fucking your best orgasm times like 1,000. It's fucking nuts. Yeah, people get addicted to that shit. We're addicted as hell to sex, aren't we? That's free. That's so good. We use that to measure every other thing. Even heroin's like, it's like having, it's an orgasm times 1,000. Like, what? Whether it's 100, whether it's 10, whether it's whatever. There are people that are trying to boost their orgasm by like choking out, whatever the fuck they gotta do to get that shit pumped up, whatever, you know what I mean? There's people that are doing weird shit. I'm not judging. There's just people that are trying to get off harder than other people, you know what I mean? Whatever works for you, I don't care. Break out the garden hose. I don't give a fuck. Don't be in the front yard. Please. Please don't be in the front yard. Your backyard, yeah, I can't see your backyard through your house. Do what you do. At that point in time, I'm spying on you. You know what I mean? At that time, I'm looking into your shit. Shouldn't be doing that. inside your house. It don't fucking matter. Even with the windows open and why was I looking over there? That's your shit. On top of that, I have to go knock on the door to actually really be bothered by it, don't I? You see something offensive on TV, you just change the channel. Oh, look, there's another house. They ain't got nothing wrong going on there. I like that house. I'm just going to not go by that channel anymore. When I go there, I'm just going to go, well, I don't have to go knock on the door. I don't. It is not commanded to me by God or the Bible or any none of that. None of that. In fact, it says, stand not in the way of sinners. Let the righteous be righteous, let the holy be holy, let the unclean be unclean. It's too late. Anyone found not written in the book of life. Does that sound like you get, I mean, it does say in there, like, if you repent, he'll write your name in. But, like, those that are righteous, be righteous. Those that are holy, be holy. Those that are unclean, be unclean. Does that sound like you got it's too late. If you're gonna make a change, you're gonna make a change. So that's just kind of like it's already passed. You're already written in. You just got to confirm that you actually made those changes. You actually have to make the changes. As I've said, one can never truly know. One can only know. I know it's gonna happen at 4:00 tomorrow, and you predict what's gonna happen. You keep it at 4:00 tomorrow. This is 4:00. It happens. See, I knew it was going to happen. What happened? 4:00 rolls around. It's not there. I knew it was going to. What? Where is it? 4:00, March 30th. What the fuck? No, I mean, but I knew. Oh, I see what you're saying. Until it happens, you don't know shit. But you knew it was going to happen. Now that it's in the past, you knew it would. But until it actually happens, you don't truly know. See, I know. There it is. I told you. I knew it. I didn't say you were wrong. I just said until it fucking happens, you don't know shit. You don't know shit until you do. That's my quote. You don't know nothing until you know it. And you also don't know poop until you let one out. You don't know shit until you do. Like it. I like it. It's all this, interesting to be the change you want to see in the world. I get it. Mine has more vulgarity. Won't you accept my apologies? Maybe if you're offended, maybe you need to be offended. But here's my apology, and one more thing. Fuck you, to quote Mike Muir. If I offend you, I'm sorry. But maybe you needed to be offended. But here's my apology. And one more thing. Fuck you. Because you can't bring me down. Ooh, you hear that? Things are popping and cracking and creaking and rolling. It was getting funky. Those glasses are back. No light. Darker. Not quite. Feeling funky. Not right. Getting silly with a light bright. So yeah. But no, if you had the will and intention to do something, again, if I had no time, these couldn't move, nothing would happen. Nothing could happen. There's a problem. Nothing could happen. But with time, things can move through space. Suggesting that they're two different things, right? They may working together, they work together. Peanut butter, yeah, Reese's peanut butter cup, but it's peanut butter. It's clear. It's not like they're mixed together. They're clearly peanut butter coated with chocolate. You see what I'm saying? They're distinct different things. They work together very well, perfectly. Is there a third? I thought there was more. I haven't got that far in the book. I don't know. It ends at Revelation. What can I do, man? What can I do? Um. So, uh, yeah. I had something interesting I was going to say, but it just shot out of my head, so I guess I'm not supposed to talk about it. It has nothing to do with pot. You shut your face. Matter of fact, I got some here, but I can't find my fucking pint, but oh well. There's just so much going on, and it's all happening so fast and frequently, which is kind of it has slowed down from its first month or two. He's too old to keep that pace up. Maybe when he's younger, but and on top of that, 4 years, everyone gets so sick, dude. Again, like I said, I remember with Biden, they would have some late night talks, and I could catch up like 2 3 days later, and all the jokes would still be relevant. Now, if you don't watch like the night of, the jokes are no good. They're just no good. That sucks, doesn't it? Like if there was a reversal in Trump's favor instead of against him, you could mind that for jokes still, you know, and they'd still be good in 2 3 days. But oh no, he's got more bullshit coming straight down the pipeline. It's not they can't make the jokes and they can't write them fast enough. It's just the public can't keep up. It's just too fucking much. We have lives to live. We have things to do. We have interests. We have hobbies. Some people are lucky enough to have love interests, man. I mean, you're not watching all that shit. Like I said, the news. How long is the news? Exactly. It should be as long as it takes to get you the factual information. That's how long the news should be. But they're just working with what you'll give them. So no wonder some of the stories are incomplete or false or lies. Of course they would be. On top of that, they're investors. They're not going to let them tell the whole fucking truth. And nothing but the truth, so help you God. No. Pro-fracking is not going to tell you all the fucking negatives. They might tell you there's this and this. It's possible. It's not very often. No, we're not trying to make it seem like we're complete saints. We have made mistakes in the past. The anti-fracking is going to tell you anything good. It does make a lot of jobs. There's a lot of job security, and this is but they need to find a different way to get to this. Is anyone even thinking about, should it be moved from the ground? Is that where all these sinkholes are coming from? It was just gas filling up. Now without that, fracking from about a mile away sometimes, because they fracture the earth and suck it out. And now there's nothing holding that gas, like a balloon. It was full. And so there's nothing in there. Now there's just an empty cavity in there. And the road up top with 18-wheelers and falls right through. Anyone think of where are these sinkholes coming from? Why? You can't, because you need to have a visual for humans. You have to have like a cause to go with the effect, right? Joe Biden ordered the murder of a couple million chickens. Price of eggs goes up. We found the problem. No, you didn't. What was the cause of that? Just like time, just like reality, just like time and space. Okay, my example today I used, and I don't think I broadcast it, was the Model T Ford. There was a Model A, B, C. It wasn't like the Model T, and he just rolled the shit out, and he just called it the Model T. What happened to Model A, B, C, and D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S? Henry? You run out of letters there, boy. Think you finally got it right? I hope so. No one knows. Still don't know. Still don't fucking know. Was that the right move to do? He supported Hitler, and Hitler supported him. Was it the right thing to do? Prescott Bush had his bank yanked for being a Nazi sympathizer. That's right. Prescott Bush. Dad to H.W. You name your kid usually Junior? Not after your mom's dead. Do you? Or George Herbert Walker. Yeah, is it Herbert Walker? Is that the second one? George Herbert. Let's look it up. Let's fuck it. I don't want to misinform anybody. I know that. Let's see. I said Prescott Bush. Prescott Bush gets bank for pro-Nazi. How Bush's grandfather helped Hitler's rise to power. This is shit that's like documented. It's not. How Bush's grandfather helped Hitler's rise to power. Bush bank tied to Nazi funding. Washington Times. History News Network. Union Banking Corporation. Wikipedia. Trading with the Enemies Act. Prescott Bush. Okay? Grandfather. Let's see what it says. Rumors of a link between the U.S. family and the Nazi war machine circulated for decades. Reveal how repercussions of events that culminated in action under the Trading and with the Enemies Act are still being felt by today's presidents. This was January 28, 2010. Some of these people didn't know about this, but I knew about it. George Bush's grandfather. So there's H.W. So not his dad, but his dad's dad. Late Senator Prescott Bush. He was a fucking senator. Was a director and shareholder of companies that profited from the involvement with financial backers of Nazi Germany. From what I read and understand, he fought it saying, "Oh, I'm not a Nazi." And the judge said, "Looking over the evidence, you are clearly a Nazi." And it didn't give him his bank back. Because he was a Nazi, and at the time, we didn't like Nazis. I don't know what's going on with you fucks now. We suddenly like Nazis, like Elon Musk, Donald Trump. What the fuck, man? The evidence has also prompted one former U.S. Nazi war crimes prosecutor to argue that the late senator's actions should have been grounds for prosecution for giving aid and comfort to the enemy. Who else did that? On January 28th, minus 22. What would that be? 22 is my lucky number. 28th minus 22. What would that be? What would that be? 28 minus 22. Can someone help me? Oh, yeah! That's what it was! 10 years before, 22 days and 10 years before this, the Nazi was being fucking pointed out for giving aid and comfort to the enemy. New documents, many of which were declassified last year, show that even after America had entered the war and when there was already significant information about the Nazis' plan and policies, he worked for and profited from companies closely involved with the German businesses that financed Hitler's rise to power. Who would be rising? What the fuck? Elon Musk didn't do a Heil Hitler salute? Anyone seeing a fucking common bond? Republican. Heil fucking Hitler. And the president. It also has suggested the money made from the dealings helped to establish the Bush family fortune and set up its political dynasty. I wonder if Biden, does he have a dynasty? Or does he have a book? Obama, do they have a dynasty and a family fortune legacy that they're going to be, Malia's definitely going to be, or Sasha, one of the two, is definitely going to be a senator, or definitely going to be a fucking president, or definitely in line to fucking at least go to Harvard, or, it's definite. Set in stone. Boy, those kids are made. Prescott, Senator, George Bush, a failed presidential nominee bid because he was so unpopular. Ronald Reagan said, there is no way I would ever run with George Bush as my vice president. Well, I don't remember saying that. Let's find out. Reagan. There's no way Bush vice president. Reagan was forced to make George Bush his senior vice president. I never went through so much hell in all my life as I did at the Republican convention in 1980, Ronald Reagan. No, I don't. Yeah, I go first. Go get your cookies. For investors. We, the investors, wanting a more perfect bank account, hereby authorize Congress to prosecute people for bullshit fucking reasons, and life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness only goes for things that we clarify as we've decided are okay. Marijuana, right out. What am I doing in my house? Fuck you. I said no. The Bible says I can have it. Fuck you. You're sick, man. You're sick. You call sweet, bitter, and bittersweet. Again, don't think I'm saying there's a side. The sides are the illusion of choice. That's the shadow government, you dumb fuck. That's the government. That's the fucking shadow government. They pay off people on the left. They pay people off on the right. So that the shit... Where did Chuck Schumer vote? There's a couple reasons. The repercussions of shutting the government down would have been so fucking horrific that every American would say, why didn't the Democrats do something? And you know it. You're already blaming them for all kinds of shit. Why aren't you responding? Why aren't you being more forceful with it? Dude. Does anyone remember January 6th? Okay, so now we've got an operation. Give him enough rope. Because again, look at Trump and his popularity. What's it based on? Is it based on results? Or is it based on feeling? Executive order. You feel like he did something about immigration. You feel like the borders are safer, don't you? You just feel it, don't you? I could sleep easier in Michigan knowing that the southern border in Mexico, even though there's only like one Lake and Riley, maybe two Lake and Riley types for how many the gun deaths in America at schools. Right, but the fucking border. If we rape and kill our people, that's one thing, but these goddamn... There are people. We, the government, we're gonna fucking kill them any goddamn ways. You don't do our job. You know how many taxes we could have got off that motherfucker? Before we killed him? We raised the fucking retirement age. They'll die on the job. What are you doing? Right, but why are you taking away this thing that we want that the people have no interest in? Duh. Money talks. Well, then I'll just pay for your soul. For your conscience. I can't buy your soul, but I can buy your conscience, can't I? Right, Grassley? Right? GYM? Jordan? Right? Hobart? Jerking off people in Beetlejuice, then going to the thing going, I didn't do that, and there's video! Lying cunt! I'm not on Sugar Daddy. I bet your little whore ass was. You married a guy who showed his dick to a teenager. Not after you weren't. It wasn't like, well, we're already married and we got kids. No. It was after, and you said, that's my kind of asshole. That's who Lauren Boebert is. Margie Taylor Greene. Thick neck herself. Look like a goddamn weeble wobble. You ever seen a fucking weeble wobble? They don't fall down. Howler Monkey likes to scream her fucking thick neck off. It's like a goddamn fucking... You couldn't hang the bitch because she's got fucking thick neck. The rope would just keep riding up. And no, that's not a threat. That's called a joke. Because her neck's so thick. Look at it. I don't think the Rock's neck's that thick. Fucking thick neck bitch. Yes, Marjorie, the cameras are on running when you make your little speech, but they're also running when you fucking leave the building. That isn't the end of the record. Once you make your speech and don't stick around for the rebuttal and you don't have anything to say, that's all into record too. That's what the judicial system looks at to find out whether your God King has broken the Constitution and should be put down for treason. Do you understand? And did you side with him? Because breaking the Constitution still breaking the Constitution, which would be against the United States, which would be treason, especially for a senator or a president. It's one thing for me to say shit here, because I got the freedom. But working for the government and trying to uphold the Constitution, taking an oath, wouldn't that be perjury? Wouldn't you be lying under oath that you took an oath to protect the Constitution, then you start dismantling it? I don't think dismantling the Constitution is protecting it. We're not dismantling the Constitution. We're just getting rid of all those extra amendments. Why? They're not fair. To who? Me and my friends. And we pay the most in tax. You should! You have all the goddamn money! You should. You should pay all of the taxes. You enjoy all the labor. You ride around the fucking Bentley. You got a fucking chauffeur. You got 4 houses. Maybe if we taxed you a little fucking harder, you'd make it down to like 2. Instead of 20 fucking cars. Who the fuck drives 20 fucking cars? If you work at Body Shop, go for it, dude. But if you're just a dick, the fucking car collection, fuck off, tax them 50%. As they comply with the regulations, bring it down. So it becomes cost effective and more inexpensive to just follow the fucking rules like everybody else. Then you get your tax breaks. Then you get your tax cuts. Until then, fuck you. I feel bad for your billion. Fuck you. Fuck Mitt Romney. Motherfucker cleared 14 million after taxes, bitching. 2 years in a row. Bitching. Well, it took I never paid under 12. Then show me your taxes before the last 2 years. Mitt. You actually turned something over, so I have a little bit of respect for you. You can come clean still. Donald Trump still hasn't shown his fucking tax. I'm under audit. We're the IRS. We're saying that's not a problem. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking. They're only the tax people. They're lying. It's fake news. They're against Trump. The fuck is wrong with you? George is getting upset? Don't touch Jimmy. Jimmy can really jump. Jimmy would like to take you out sometime. Don't touch Jimmy. You know, Sean's making some bread right now. It should be about ready in about 30 minutes. You see how fucked up that is? This is Sean's second broadcast for today. Sean sometimes plays guitar. Sean sometimes doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Sometimes Sean plays the drums. I'm getting sick saying this shit. He looked to the sky and said, I'm the chosen one. God damn, dude. And Christians. What do you think he's gonna do, Christians? Stop the coming of the Antichrist, stop the coming apocalypse and save you from what God said you're going to suffer? Is that what you think? Do you think that was a forewarning? This is going to come unless you guys do something about it. Or was it stated as fact? This will happen. The end will be like the days of Noah. People giving gifts and trading, saying everything's fine, and then suddenly destruction. Oh, Babylon, in 1 hour! Become the dwelling place of jackals, vultures. The people will stand afar off, aghast, weeping, saying, who's gonna, not because you're dead, who's gonna buy all of our goods? Who would that be? Would that be Brazil? Are they known for buying just tons of goods? Or is the whore America that's known for buying tons, metric tons of goods? We got ports and shit all along the East and West Coast. Now that's us. Wine comes from France, our fucking energy and shit comes from Canada, our fucking crude oil comes from Canada, our fucking Canadian bacon comes from Canada, our fucking everything else comes from China. And they're gonna go, well, who's gonna buy all this shit now? Oh, fuck them. What the fuck is this big smoke cloud? What the fuck? I'm halfway there and I can see it. But who's gonna buy all these fucking... Because we don't make anything anymore. That's the problem, Donald. You can't shut down and become an isolationist fucking place until you have the fucking infrastructure to manufacture for yourself. We don't have that. And we don't have the ability to build manufacturing fast. Not fast enough. Not fast enough. Tariffs are no threat. You think they are because you're old. And you don't understand how things work because your brain's fucked up. You're impressed that your son can turn on a laptop. That should have shocked everyone around the world. He says I take it away from him and turn it off. I turn around, he's got it back. He's got it turned on. I'm like, how'd you do that? And he's like, don't worry about it, Dad. I'll tell you. So you have no control of your child. Cool. He's smarter than you, and you're the president. Why don't we hire him instead? Because you don't know how to turn on a fucking laptop or figure out how he got it back. It's not a magic trick. You're just stupid! And this is the real Declaration of Independence. Look, you can see the handwriting, the signatures right there. You have to keep it behind a thing, otherwise it'll be damaged. The real Declaration of Independence. And the Fox crowd didn't know. Laura Ingraham. Not Ingram. Don't be confused. It's not Ingram. Even though she went by Ingram, it's Ingraham. Like a Graham of cocaine. Or a gray ham that you serve on, like, green eggs and gray ham day. No, the United States document, following document of the United States. Where is it located, though? Where do they keep it? Copy. Okay, it's just a copy. It's a copy. It's not the real thing. So they wouldn't even need to put it behind that glass and the blue fucking protection because it's a copy. There's no worry about light protection on a copy. Is there? We can't let this is not a real Picasso. But we still have to keep it under glass and protection in the blue. It's very delicate. This is the real Picasso. You said it's not. That's what. Yeah, they explained to me that it's not the real one, but it is. But you still gotta take care of it because it's still very, very important. So I have blue curtains. I wanted gold, but they said no. Let's see about Clone sought to move original Declaration of Independence. Let's see. Original copy of Declaration of Independence from its permanent exhibit in the National Oval Office. The Declaration of Independence is a founding document which the original colonies from the British. Oh yeah, he wants to bring us back to the fucking British Commonwealth. That's awesome. Yeah, it's a joke. It's like he saw a fucking national treasure, and it's like, I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna abscond with the real Declaration, and then I'm gonna find that gold. Fucking loser. Subsequent discussions appear to focus on the possibility of moving one of the historical copies of the document. So in other words, he probably did ask for the actual one to be moved in there. Like, we can't do that. We have some historical copies. Fucking just print him out one. And he's an idiot. Put it in glass and tell him it has to be kept behind fucking blue film. Yeah, he's gonna want gold. Fuck him! Dumb fucking retard. God damn, his mind is mentally retarded. Let's look at this fucking word here. Retarded. In case anyone's thinking I'm making fun of anybody or doing this wrong, I'm using the word as it's supposed to be meant. It's not an insult on him. It's a description of what's going on with his brain. Intellectually disabled. Affected by intellectual disability. Now the informal, very stupid or foolish. I don't mean that. Dude is not right. Man, woman, television. What else is nearby me? Camera. Person. Jesus Christ, man. No, to actually be, to retard. Like flame retardant. To delay or impede the development or progress. Are we progressing anywhere? No. To slow up, especially by preventing or hindering advance or accomplishment. Holding back or slowing down. A person affected by intellectual disability. And then finally, informal and offensive. His brain does not fucking work right. And if that's working right, he is a sociopath, psychopath piece of shit. Trying to stop people from fucking reporting the news and remove their fucking license. Their broadcasting license because they refuse to call it the Gulf of America. The Gulf of America. Even though America used to be called Mexico. Sorry to all you fucking white people who don't like the facts. Facts. You moved here. You want to know why everything's going to shit? It's not because of immigrants. It's not because of whatever. It's because occupation never works. Ask any general. Occupation never works. And believe me, you are occupying. This isn't your home. You can go back to your home if they'll take you and your crazy ass back. You psychotic freaks. You want to be all white. Most of the places you come from are all white. Or predominantly. Take your bitch ass back there. Find a nice fucking town. All white shit going on. You can probably find a German town with nothing but white people that love Hitler. And they'll love you and your Confederate fucking ideology. As long as you go there, you don't have to get your ass kicked again in another fucking war you'll lose. Confederacy, Nazis, you've already lost twice. You're gonna triple down? You're gonna triple down. Against the American Army? Now. Against the American Army now. Not the American Army back in fucking Not even in Donald Trump's time. You think Pete Hegseth is really actually controlling anything? Do you? I watched a video the other day. Trump was talking from the fucking White House. There's a general just on the other side of the fucking, an older man, probably about Trump's age, in full uniform, just looking at him with a fucking grin, like the fucking just, his fists were just bulged, and he was leaning towards him. Like, I promise to not fuck you up. I'm a general. I'm a military man. I said that. But I didn't promise not to be human and show my disgust. He was leaning like he was ready to fucking go over there and punch him in the fucking face as he just lied over and over about the military, about everything. Just any and everything. He's just lying. Everyone that supports Donald Trump and J.D. Vance supports a lie. Again, on the other side, not much better, but of the lesser two evils, you picked wrong. Choose shaking the devil's hand or climbing up his asshole while licking his balls. Feet first into his asshole so you can stay your head out and let the poop pass by you as you lick his balls. They're hot, but that's what you chose. As opposed to a crash landing and a regime change. It was gonna happen either way. It was gonna happen either way. Whoever you voted for, it was gonna happen. Just how is it implemented? Vaseline or no Vaseline? You tell me. No Vaseline? We can do the no Vaseline. I'll give you one more chance to choose Vaseline. I promise they're gonna give us one more chance to choose Vaseline. You say no, it's too late. They're way too close now. They're way too close now. They can't stop. It's like Building 7. The plane crashed. That was supposed to hit Building 7, but it was too late. 1 and 2 were already hit. So they had to pull it anyway. It's too late. That was the real target. You guys always talk about Putin's his master manipulator. Well, isn't he manipulating you into thinking that his big goal is to reunify Russia? If it were me, and I were a KGB agent and I wanted to fuck your brains up, the last thing I'd do would be go for my target, the main target, first. I go for targets I don't care about. If you lose them one, that's not even the goal. That's not even really the goal. Oh, we'll get you until we get Georgia. We get Georgia. Then we come back and you know what? Russia was great with Ukraine as the breadbasket. And Chernobyl as our nuclear factory. It's the first place they went to when they got there. He's saying they have hypersonic missiles. What if the only thing they're missing is nuclear fission? They're going fusion. Nuclear viable fucking material to tip. What if he really doesn't have anything against the Ukrainian people? But again, it's getting to be where it's too late. What becomes clean? He pulls Volodymyr Zelensky over to the side. Like, let me tell you what's going to happen real quick. Why I was really attacking your place. You guys are fighters. You guys are awesome fighters. You're really good fighters. I need that plutonium. You remember how he sat there and told you? You remember how he behaved? You remember that they voted for that? Knowing that you'd be left high and dry. You still want to sympathize with them? They voted for you to be treated that way. Oh, yes, they did. They were very much against you and pro us. I'd rather be Russian than a Democrat. Just give me the fucking nuclear material. Make it out of your hair. They're way over there. No one's going to know. By the time they can fucking... It's hypersonic. By the time it hits, they won't have time to react. If it blows up in the sky, it'll take down their entire electric grid with an EMP attack. Hypersonic. We'll send a hypersonic EMP first to blow up all their grids. All their shit. All their shit. I just gotta hope their intelligence is correct and we haven't Faraday caged that shit and fixed it, actually. Because it's too wide open of a secret. It's too wide open known. You know? Why would you let that kind of information get out like that? That's something that's pivotal. Is the very heart of our energy. It's an open target to the right EMP. Why would you let that out? It wasn't a whistleblower. Strategic. It's already protected against us. When they attack, we know who's our fucking enemy, don't we? We know exactly where that came from, and sorry, we already fixed that a long time ago. When we noticed there was a problem, we fixed it. Oh, the people will still probably, but the government? No, we're fine. They'll be in blackout, which is the way we like it, because then we can tell them what's going on. They're scared. They don't know what's happening. And there's no electricity, so all their shit that they're used to, gone. How would most of you kill your time without YouTube or TikTok? If I wasn't doing this, I'd probably just be playing my acoustic. If there's no power. Too much time on my hands, a lot is growing dim. That's him, I don't care. Is that annoying to you? I love it. I'll do that shit all the time. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I love this shit. I love the sound. I love the sound and the vibrations. I love feeling the vibrations against my body. It's amazing. There's nothing like music, man. In a few notes, you can tell the person's emotion, no matter what country they come from. Oh, I just sad. I don't know what he's saying, but man, you can tell by the way he's singing it. Somebody broke that dude's heart. Look at his face. He's about to start crying now. I don't know what he's saying, but this shit is sad as shit. It's starting to hurt my feelings, dude. What the fuck happened to you, bro? I don't know what Willa Mulla means, but fuck. Give me a hug. It's gonna be alright. Donald Trump touched after receiving a beautiful gift from Putin. I bet he was. Right between the legs. They touched him all up and down those fucking things. National Watch News Artemis 1. Surprising China news sends Tesla stock soaring. Wasn't that good for Elon Musk? I mean, that's what this whole world's about, right? Making sure that Elon Musk gets everything he wants in life at the highest possible cost to us. Whether it's preventing us from getting clean electric cars at, from BYD for cheaper. Whether it's blowing up missiles in the sky So that way he can make another fucking couple $1 billion and more mess across the Caribbean and, random places. I know you guys don't care, but what if it blows up over your house and comes raining down on your shit? I mean, it's launching from Texas. Right? Right. Right? Did you just buy NASA? Is that what you did with SpaceX? You just bought NASA? Is that what happened? I really don't hear much about NASA anymore. You know? Like any discoveries NASA made. I just don't. Used to. And all the new discoveries I hear and see, they all are SpaceX Starship Flight 5 splashdown and explosion captured by buoy camera. Explosion. I want him to fucking manage our efficiency and run our government. That'd be great. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be great if he got in there and ran our government the way he runs his companies into the fucking ground? Or just buy up the competition and then put them in the fucking ground. And then there is no competition, then it's just Elon Musk. Wouldn't that be great? Then Elon will get everything he wants. And that's what all life's all about. Elon getting everything he wants so he can give Donald Trump everything he wants. It's a big cycle, but I've got a few minutes until my bread comes out. So why don't I go ahead and put on a song or two? I'm going to cue you guys up for a couple songs and see if I can't calm the fuck a little down a bit about some of this shit. It's just kind of hard to believe at times that people are... Let's try Blight on the Sky, and then we're going to follow that with The Suffering, and then Believe. This is all Gearman. You know what this show's about. If you're your first time, I apologize. This is all Gearman's show, pretty much. I'm Gearman. I'm Sean, but I'm not Sean, but I am. There's a whole video about it. And then, yes, there's a video on everything. Yes, everything, like the universe and everything. There's a video on everything. Well, you're new here. That's why you don't know this. You gotta, hit the things, and then you can be caught up with all my latest bullshit.
So
Gotta build a bigger bra. I guess he's just well endowed with titties. Guys, I said I'd build the bra, and he just has to bring the titties. And then this, I didn't say a double G. Anything more than a handful, you're looking at a sprained thumb. Haven't you seen this Weird Science? Come on, man. But, they look great. It's just too much titty and too small of a bra. Yeah, women do it all the time. They, put their breasts up in their chin, if they want to do that. But you can do that. You can smush them like that, You can do that. You can tweak a little, pinch and pull, twist. You can do all that stuff. You can't do it to other people unless they say it's okay. That'd be, the fuck was that? That'd be Donald Trumpian behavior, and you don't want to be a Trump at all costs. Just don't. Just don't do it. It's better if you don't, for everyone. Trying to think of what I want to do now. What do you guys want to do? Anybody get any chance? Let's just put a poll up. What to do? Why don't you type? Every time I try it the first time, it doesn't do it. What to do? Now, we gotta get like a tiebreaker. These things are coming in four-way ties like all the time. You guys gotta start voting. These are serious fucking questions, man. The fate of the world depends on this, okay? We don't need this tying shit. We need to get down to what you guys want to do. What to do? Yes? No. And third option, frankincense. Don't treat this like a joke, okay? Go vote your conscience, and let's add a fourth option because it just why not? Okay. So the question is what to do. Yes. No. Frankincense. Why not? Voting starts now. So this is the tirade. Don't want to do a tirade? Do I want to listen to more music? I'm feeling kind of good. I might listen to some music, or maybe, maybe get that Larson mastering console or something. You want to mix it a little bit? Do something? What you want to do? Huh? If I do that, the chat won't be open. It's not like, because you guys are going nuts in the chat room. It's a blur! God damn, I can't keep up with all this shit. So many questions. Oh, the house smells so good with that fucking bread, dude. It smells so good with that bread. This is like I want to show this off just because I like it. I wanted to show up my JVC Vario HM320 when I got it. Because this was about, let me see the year. Come on. 13 years ago. This is when I was going to be a BFD dealer, when I was going to start cheap gear guy. I'm actually glad I didn't get it because, as much money as it would have made, and it would have made a lot of money. The ladies are doing the business proposal, ran the numbers that they normally would run on business, and she said that she had to cut it in half because those are conservative numbers to make sure, whatever. And she said, conservative speaking, looking at what I was doing, that it didn't look like it was a real business. There was so much money. So she cut it down half, and it still looked pretty bad. Because I would be selling the products I'm reviewing. So the people are already interested in buying it, showing up to find out about it, and they find out I have a discount on it that's cheaper than anybody else all the time because it's today. So it's always 10% cheaper than the manufacturer's suggested retail price. And they're already interested. And she was going based off the people like you were saying, I'm going to go buy this. Thanks for the review. I'm going to go pick this up. Thanks for the review. I'm going to blah, 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 You save me some money. Thanks for the review, blah, 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 blah. This is exactly what I needed to choose between these two, blah, 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 on and on. She was going by those things, There were two ladies, and they're both going by those things, and they told me straight up that it didn't look like it was a real business. It was making so much money, especially somebody drop shipping. I would have been drop shipping. So I don't actually have any stock or inventory in Cheap Gear Guy at all. I would just, I mean, like inventory here at the house, there'd be nothing. We drop ship through other companies. So you just place the order. I'm a glorified order taker. See how that works? Smarter, not harder. The only inventory I keep at the house is shit that I reviewed. I could even talk to them about. I mean, if I needed to buy it, I could buy it. I mean, especially if I was making a bunch of money, I could buy it myself. But I could always just, here you go. This is that new mixing board. Do you mind, your review? I mean, the review I did of the C1. How the C1 sales going through the fucking roof? Yeah. Would you like to get your mixing board going? Yeah. Why don't you send it to me? Yeah. I mean, you had 183,000 views on the Behringer C1, and most people that saw it said, we're going to buy it. Yeah, we can send you a mixing board. That'll work. Um, yeah, but I mean, what do I know? Crazy evil-eyed Joe. What do I know? Sometimes you come in, sometimes you go. Sometimes you play a video that stars in a video. Also shows off the glide cam. And also my music in the background again. Hopefully it's not annoying, but I needed something to go in the background so it wasn't just video. And here we go. The song before that one reminds me of the movie that I helped work on, and I kind of want to show it because I dig it. I think it's a very funny movie, and well, I mean it wasn't funny, but it was very good, and it was like my second chance working with Chris J on a movie. And the first one, like I said, was ours, and we just did the soundscaping. This one I had a lot more help with the editing and soundscaping, and yeah, when they did the narrator, I had a vocal booth and a good mic, and so we had him go in there and read the lines again, and like it's really clear and it sounds good. I might just go ahead and play it. I mean, hopefully he wouldn't mind. He was very into independent stuff back then, but I don't know. He might be into motherfucker. I needs to get paid. What is you doing? No one said you could ruin my shit. Stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and style that you used to. I look funny, but yo, I'm making money, see? So yo, world, I hope you're ready for me. Now gather round, because I'm the new fool in town, and my sound's laid down by the underground. Drink up all the Hennessy you got on your shelf. If you just let me introduce myself, my name is Humpty. Pronounced with a Humpty. You know? Unlike Humpty pronounced with a bumpty, or a dumpty, or a trumpty, or a scumsy. That's it. Hey! What are you doing down there? What are you doing up there? You're the one fucking starting shit. No, I'm not. See? Stay away. Funky stuff. Give it to you rough. I'm gonna give it to you rough. I said, DJ. Funky stuff. Have you seen The Dog Thief yet? You're about to. If you have, you got about 15 minutes.
I forgot what I was doing that day. There was a time when I remembered, but now, the days, they all seem to run together. Sometimes I'll remember something really funny and I'll laugh really loud. And then I realize it's a television memory. It didn't really happen to me at all. Winter was arriving. I remember that much. And my neighbor, who I was in love with, he was waking up on the floor of a house he didn't recognize. His mouth was dry, his eyes burning, red. The rest of him didn't feel anything at all. He'd been asleep for 2 days. 2 days. His name was Dane. And he was telling himself that he'd change. Stop drinking, stop hanging around with those fucking people. This is his story. It could be my story too, or a negative image of my story. A record of all the things that I didn't do. So Dane decided that if he was ever going to quit drugs, he could never sit in one place long enough for them to catch up to him again. He started walking, first in our neighborhood and then further and further out. He had nothing. He lived with his parents. So he found this dog. He really didn't find it. It more found him. Followed him home. It wasn't a week before he couldn't walk through the neighborhood without seeing a reward sign. They were everywhere. Big stupid rat. The dog turned out to be worth $2,000.
I tell you, a man smart enough he can make a living doing that. Bring it on.
Bring it on.
I couldn't think of anybody who'd paid $2,000 for me. So right about here, a month passes. For me, it's all house calls and network news. Dane is missing for this month, and without him, I almost have no encounters with human beings at all. Then he turns up.
What's up,
There
man?
he is.
Where have you been, man?
And that's weird because I've been jerking off to thoughts of him, and you might think I'm crazy, but my fantasies were never really sexual. More domestic, I guess.
You want two?
Two. I need two. Everyone two.
How much money?
Oh, about $1,000 a week. Oh, I gotta go. Hey, boy. I haven't seen you in a while, have I?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah. So, you remember Poncho, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She gave me money when I took Poncho back.
Yeah.
Well, and then I told you that a guy can make a living by returning dogs.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing. I've been taking lost dogs back and getting the money.
For reward.
Yeah, because I take their dogs back.
That's so twisted, man.
Sometimes I take the dogs. And then I wait for a reward sign and I go back. But they get their dogs back and I get money. That's what I've been doing.
So,
I find lost dogs and I take them back.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, well, I take it to my mom's house in the country. It's like the longer I leave them out there, the more cash it is when I come back. They run and roll and play. They're happy. They're they're out there in the grass. They look like morons running around. It's crazy.
God. You should have a dog of your own. I read somewhere that people live longer when they have pets, when they've got love in their life.
I think about keeping them. I really do. I'd love to keep them. They're so much fun. I hate to take them back after they've been out, but at the end of the month, rent's still due, and this is how I make my money.
So he'd been stealing dogs. At first he was just returning lost dogs, but there just weren't enough lost dogs to pay his debts. What debts, I wondered? I could hear the addiction back in his voice. Stupid boy. Stupid, beautiful boy. Sometimes he'd take a big fat wiener and pack it full of ketamine, horse tranquilizers. Then he'd just carry the dog away. Started breaking into places. He said he could hear their little toenails clicking on the hardwood floors like SOS signals. He was a liberator. A dog hero. I would watch him walk past. I enjoyed watching him. I hate this story. It makes me feel ashamed that I just don't understand. He seemed trapped by it. Either a junk junkie or a money junkie, it didn't really matter. That was the last time I saw him. A couple of months later, I heard that he'd been arrested near the golf club. An overdosing Sheltie in one arm and a solid gold manure in the other. If he was Jewish, I'd never known. Well, since all this happened, I've gotten worse.
So, are you experiencing any memory loss or disorientation?
Well, sometimes when I leave the house, it's really difficult for me to. It's like when I turn around to come back, I don't know exactly where I'm going. So yeah, I've been having problems with that, so not all the time this time.
Maybe we should schedule an appointment and have that checked out for you.
Okay. Who do I need to talk to for that?
I dream of Dane now. Dreams in which I'm well again. In one of those dreams, he's actually liberating me. Taking me out of this cage. Stupid, sick body. Taking me to his aunt's house in the country. In this dream, the blood in my veins becomes a swarm of moths. And then I know that they will never return me. Not for any price.
All right, man. That was really fun to work on, and yeah. So there's a reason why I showed both of those, and it's not to like brag or anything like that. As I said, that camera that I used wasn't the camera that they used. They used a mini DV camera. Now back then, those mini DV tapes you could do through like FireWire and whatever to your computer. So that way, like the main problem they had with ours was the guy was the main director. Chris J and that guy worked together, but he was kind of hell bent on doing it to film. He wanted to do it the old way to film. So they had to have the film developed, then transfer that into video format, and then edit it together. Then he brought it over to my place to have like the soundscaping, so like in the doctor's office and stuff, have the the music in the background and stuff, and so by the time they got there, he was talk. By the time he talked to me about it, whatever, I had the program and I had an idea for one of our videos, our music videos. I could actually put it on. I should. I got it in the folder, don't I? Yeah, the video I was doing at the same time, around that same time. I was like, yeah, man, I can help you out with that because we're working on a video right now, and he was like, all right, cool, because he was my neighbor. I believe my sister's ex-boyfriend, if I remember correctly. Hang your horses. Do not. Now, don't you do it. I said stop. All right, so this is the one that we have from that time. All right. So I don't know how it ended. I mean, I really don't. I didn't keep up with my sisters. You know what I mean? Whatever. But I knew him. I'd met him before. He had a crazy laugh, dude. He had a crazy laugh. It was insane. Very cackling. And my sister never said anything like bad about him. So I didn't. Breakups happen. Doesn't mean anyone's an asshole. Necessarily. And he seemed like a decent enough guy. So when I moved in, I saw him sit on the porch. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" He's like, "I live here." And he's like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "I just moved in here." No fucking way. And so like I get to know his. Oh shit! I forgot about Davy Jones. Holy shit! He's the one that taught me about Ebo. He gave me this fucking badass Yamaha mixing board. It's like a 16 channel, like vintage. He's like, hey man, you want a Yamaha mixer? Because we'd hung out and stuff, and he gave me a disc of his music. He had a fucking Ebo. I didn't get to play with it, but he showed me some of his music that he'd done with it, and I was like, that sounds incredible. And, whatever, and he showed me what it looked like. I was like, that's a weird fucking, he's like, yeah, because electric man. Oh, okay, cool, whatever. And he showed me, like, how it kind of worked. I'm like, cool. And I was like, how much was it? I want to get one of those. He's like 150. And I'm like, yeah, I'll never own one of those. Yeah, that's cool, though. And I don't even want, no, I don't want to charge $150. I don't have that kind of cash, man, especially back in, like, 2000. I don't got that kind of cash right now, man, so, no, it's cool, we're cool. But it sounds fucking dope. If I ever get a chance, I definitely want to get one. And I got one. But he asked if I wanted a mixing board. I'm like, yeah. And I was like, you're going to have to help me come get it and, move it over there. I'm like, okay. And he's like, it's a 16 channel. And at that time, you understand the 16 channel was, not terribly big, It says a Yamaha. It has something, not necessarily bad with it, wrong with it, but it wasn't, he just didn't want it anymore. And so I get over there to help him move it. I think it's 100 pounds because it literally is 100 pounds because it's odd because it's like fucking wide. You can't just it's got hand grips in the wood paneling on the sides. Yeah, it has real actual tubes and the VU meters that are doing. Yeah, it's a studio from fucking an old studio mixing board. I already had like a 16 channel, but it was compact. That's why I couldn't even comprehend what he's talking about needing a fucking hand moving it over. Like, I'll just come over and pick it up. What the fuck are you talking about? He's like, no. Dude, I have a 16 channel right, look, it's right there. And just come over. And then we both are fucking toting it through the fucking yard and shit. You know what I mean? You got it? I got it? Yeah. 100 pounds isn't that much. I was just joking, exaggerating, Two guys with the back braces, you know what I mean? The suspenders, you know what I'm saying? The gloves. Sweat rag in the back. Dude, hold your hand. Sorry, man. It's hard. Why would you build it? Did they want a tank? What did they want? What were they trying to achieve? Dear God, were they trying to prove something? They're supposed to go into space? What the fuck is it? Anyway, so it's a dope. It had a really good, nice, warm sound to it. I ended up having to lose that. In divorce, I didn't have anyone to help me carry it out of there, and so that fucking bitch was not gonna let me move shit. Yeah, I was moving my shit out. Oh, but she damn sure made sure to go through my fucking drawers to get the fucking letter with her little ultimatum, right? Because that's the big linchpin in her fucking lies about, what kind of person I am. This is fucking like 8-page front and back fucking. It probably wasn't 8 pages. Probably like 4 pages front and back fucking. Blah, 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 blah. On the first page is like, says something about I'm gonna, flirt with guys. If you don't like it, you're just gonna leave. I just stopped right there. I'm like, all right. I wrote back because we couldn't, at that point in time, we couldn't even talk to each other without fucking it turning into a fight. The only way to talk without fighting was to write. And I wrote her a letter like, this is not fucking working. This is no. This is bad. This is not working. Well, this is how it's going to go. And I'm like, that's a new twist. No, that's not how it's going to fucking go. So, see ya. That's all you got from that letter? That's all I needed to get from the letter, bitch. Oh, and I'm keeping this so when the kids ask what happened in the fucking relationship. Read that. Did you keep reading? No. I got to the part where she said she's going to flirt with guys, and if I don't like it. The fuck? No. Get the fuck. No. I'll get the fuck. That's fine. I'll get the fuck. I don't care. I get to my new house. I'm going through my stuff. The drawer that I know I put it in. Because she'd already gone through my shit and taken it. So I went through her shit and found it, took it back. Put it in a drawer and I was just about to move. Just about to move. You know what I mean? I left the room for like a second. Came back in to get the drawers and stuff and stacked them on top of each other and walked out there, put those in there first so I can get, and then you move the dresser. However that little second, whatever that time was that I fucking left the room, I don't know how much, I guess it wasn't much, I wasn't expecting, one, that she'd know that I'd gotten it back. She must have been watching that shit. I was just packing shit, I was like, what the fuck is my letter? You know what? I bet she fucking took it. And I was like, if she did, it'd be right. It's down under some shit, but yeah, there it is. Because she didn't want me to have this. I closed the drawer, took it, put it in my drawer, stacked a couple drawers on top of that. Walked out of the room to do something, probably get some water or something. I'm always drinking fucking water. Come back and load the fucking dressers into the thing. And that quick, that bitch took that shit back. She's probably put that shit on fire and burned that. Nuh-uh, you're a dick. You're an asshole. You abandoned the family and I kicked you out. I'm both triumphant and the victim. Shut the fuck up. How is that possible? You know? How is it both possible? You kicked me out and I left you high. You know what I mean? Your shit don't make no goddamn sense. It doesn't work for Trump. It ain't gonna work for you. He tries. Oh, he tries it. And the Republicans fucking try it. And the Republican voters buy it. But that's not what reality is. You get that right? It's written by the winners. How the Nazis do. How the Confederacy do. You know one thing that they did, the Confederacy really fucked up? You guys probably don't know this because you guys are fucking ignorant. But they wanted France's help. France still didn't like us. The Northerners didn't really like us. But would have joined the fight if they agreed to stop slavery. And it would have been the end of the North because the cash was down here in the South, was down in the South. Think about it, free labor, cash crop like cotton, tobacco. I was thinking if you want your currency to be based on something like solid and forever, entertainment. Humans are always going to fucking find a way to entertain themselves. And like my mom added, you may not like that entertainment. I'm like, nope. OnlyFans was meant to be for fucking musicians and artists and whatever. Local people not local, but not necessarily like big bands, top 10, but they can. And you can have a service where you kind of, that way you're giving you can even give your music away for free. And this kind of thing is what you kind of charge for, the interacting with the crowd. And the behind the scenes look of what they're doing, we're here setting up the stage and shit, and you guys get to see it live tonight. And we hope you're coming out tonight, man. If you're coming out, blah, blah, blah. Remember, if you are a subscriber, you already have backstage passes. That kind of shit. That's what it's supposed to be. But how they could not think that would be a perfect avenue for what it does. And then maybe like OOF, AD, like OnlyFans After Dark. Like that, and then try and separate the two. Because now, like I said, I've got geared my OnlyFans. I'm sure people probably laughing, because that's what it was designed for. It was designed for that. I know what you guys have done. That's why you don't, you don't get to change the meaning of something and then laugh when someone uses, like gay. It means happy. And if I want to say that someone's having a gay old time and they're just being fucking like 1950s, well, I tell you what, and they're just being fucking gay. Dude, stop being so fucking gay. Because most fucking trans and gay and homosexual, are you happy right now? Are you happy with the way things are going? I'm not. So that's a misnomer. On top of that, I get the goose and gander type thing. But there's a term, a gay can be both male or female. But lesbian's just, unless you're trans, and I guess you could be a lesbian in a man's body, I guess it could happen, just work out in your favor. Oh well. More power to you. Oh, I don't want to chop shit. I don't want to change anything. I love my situation. It's like the one time, everything pretty much it kind of fucking backfires. But, wouldn't that make it a perfect thing, a lesbian trapped in a man's body? Wouldn't that be fucking perfect? for all accounts. You know what I mean? For all people involved. Call Tyrone. Tell him I said, come on. Help you get your shit. That's such a great song, man. How can you not love that? Help you get your shit. But you can't use my phone. Oh, why you want to do him like that? Oh. But you can't use my phone. Call from next door, motherfucker. Tell him get your shit. Call him. Wow. Anyways, the reason I showed the video and the camera. Alright, so I've got, it's probably done charging. JV Studio Very own. It's an HD camera. My phone. There we go. JV HD. Look how small it is. It's less than a pound. With the battery on. In order to do the glide cam, which is 3 to 5 pounds, I had to add 2 pounds of weight. You could account the weight on the bottom, so that way it just kind of floats. I had to, but that's pretty smooth too. Just basically as long as it's not in your hand helps it, apparently. Yeah, look how stable that is. Compared to like if it's in here, you're just like, you know what I mean? It makes you kind of sick. But I don't know if the movement was as bad. I know it's, that was like one of the first times I filmed using it. And so I was getting the movement. I was trying to get the movement down because it's a whole new movement and shit. You're not used to doing that kind of stuff. And again, it would be even smoother if I had like some kind of rolling. So I can get some rollerblades or a skateboard or something like that, and just that way you can follow behind this. Especially if you can get like really quiet and you can follow behind the scene, in front of the scene, go by. A drone would only help, because it's a pound. It doesn't do well in dark. But in light, you saw the picture. It looks really good. The other one was ours. Not ours. Was Dog Thief, and Chris J, my next door neighbor, went to the college. That's why I know this shit works. Because he went to the college seminary where I went to college. He was studying art. It was a liberal arts college. I studied music. He studied film, and other things. But so he, knowing that I did music, asked if I would help on the film. I agreed happily, man. That's awesome. It was a good experience to get, you know what I mean? I didn't charge anything. I think the charge was being able to do the video, the editor's version. And he said, yeah, that's fine. And I mean, they were surprised by how fast we got they took forever to get their film in and edited. And then we did a video for Cypher. And by the time they were ready to start working, between when they contacted us and by the time me and Matt, we were Psycho Multimedia, by the time they contacted us and by the time they put their film into the fucking thing, our video was done. Music and everything. And they're like, how the fuck? That's like a week ago. I'm like, yeah. Like, dude, it took us that long to get fucking in the thing, and then, what? I'm like, oh, ours is digital, dude. We use a digital camera, and we came over and we showed him how we could film it, because Matt had like a fucking GL1. Oh, it was dope, dude. Recorded a DV, digital video tape, and could export through FireWire to the computer. FireWire is fast, but it just wasn't stable. USB 2.0 was much more stable, and so is 3.0, and on, which is why, they went with that rather than, usually don't see much FireWire around anymore. But it was fast. I'm sure that by now they could probably talk to the AI and see what the problem was and ask it to fix things like that, and they probably have like a very fast, very stable, and then work on FireWire 2.0. Why would you do something like that? Let's watch the video for Cypher. Exit stage left even. You know the phone number doesn't work anymore. It's gone. Don't even bother. Like the song says, why bother? But yeah, that was the first video we ever did. I saw most of that in my head before we ever shot like a single frame. I sketched out like all this stuff. I wrote down everything we wanted to do. I was like the ghost kitchen, and he was like, "What's that?" And I explained to him like what it was. Like I said, we'd never done it, and I was like, "I bet you if we adjust the opacity, kind of like in Photoshop, you could probably layer like the bottom layer would be full opacity, the second layer would be half opacity, and it probably look like we're ghosting, like walking through it. I saw more of that kind of stuff, like walking through the room, just like it's half, images. But there was no good way to get the angle that I had in my head. So we did the two chairs, and his chair, fortunately, like that was like the captain, the co-captain chairs, what I call them, because they were sitting like right in front of the desk, the computer desk. We were like a multimedia. We had like the racks and stuff, and you know there was no more important person to the band. You know what I mean? Because like he had most of the money and stuff, and the damn this son of a biscuit eating fooger flanking. So yeah, he had most of the fuck who gives a shit. It was pretty co-equal, you know what I mean? And but that chair, I got them both at Goodwill. My chair moved a bit more. That's why his was really really steady. But we didn't notice until we watched it back because they would look so similar. It would look like it'd be like a black and white juxtaposition. But his like rested full against the back wall. Mine couldn't do that, and so like his just was rock solid. So all of his stuff, he just sat still. I'm all like, my dude doesn't look the same. You know what I mean? It just didn't look as good because my chair's moving and shit. It just didn't look as good. But yeah, so that was fun, and that was not even the JVC Averio or the GL1. That was just I don't even remember how we filmed that one. But we got it into the computer and got it mixed, and the song was done in 2000, maybe 99. Yeah, maybe 99, 2000, because you could hear the drums. But the thing is, I have the recordings of it, the Cakewalk bundles, so I could easily bring that up in Sonar, export the MIDI, bring it into PreSonus, the MIDI and the audio, and export that into and mix it with modern techniques and stuff. Leave the effects and stuff off because it would still have the raw tracks. Very bad sounds, I'm sure, but I could probably clean them up now with what I know. The bass was always done dry tracked, so it always got the best sound, and I never had a bass amp, so. The one I had, the GSR 100, it didn't even need one. I mean, that's GSR 100. I did a review of the Rogue bass, and I was playing it and blah, 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 blah. And as I was talking, I was like, yeah, man, I used to own a GSR 100, and I love that thing. That thing was incredible. And, this is like this is really close to it. This has got a really good sound. It's not quite as good. And then someone in the comment section wrote, like, GSR 100 is all I needed to know that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I was like, dude, that GSR was so fucking dope. Not only did I use it for like multiple albums, like all of Música para los Muertos, all of Graveyards, all of House, no, House Sessions wasn't, but there's tons of all the Zygote stuff before that, everything from Misconception, that was the GSR. Just I mean, I was like, and on top of that, dude, the guy I used to jam with. He's considered like probably one of the best, if not the best, bass player in fucking Shreveport, Louisiana. He used to jam in New Orleans and all kinds of bands and stuff. Besides the band, once our band broke up, he started joining all kinds of fucking because everybody wanted him because he's incredible. And he's a guy that could not get a fucking bass sound that he liked. He was trying to build his own basses and shit, learning the electronics. Way before building basses, it was cool. Building your own instruments. For as affordable, he was doing this shit like hardcore, refining it, getting his exact sound, the exact kind of wood in the body and stuff. Because he would buy stuff from the and just never was. It'd sound right, and then it wouldn't sound right. I get it, I get it. But like every couple of sessions, like he come like, okay, I got the sound. I'm like, oh, that's fucking great, man. and they bring in like 410 and new amp and a whole new guitar. I'm like, this is dope. That's totally dope. I'm like, yeah, this is it, man. I'm good. And 2 weeks later, the bass changes. This one's the one. Okay, cool. Next week, the cabinet's gone. It's a 210, or you're like, or 215. I did some research, and this has actually got way more of the frequency response. And, okay, cool. Whatever. But it was constant, dude. No, this is the one. This is the one. The only one he ever didn't do that to. He called me up and said, "Hey, man, I've got like a bunch of basses. I got an 8 string. I got a 6 string. I got this. I got 5. This is like a punk band. I just need a good old 4 string. Do you have a 4 string bass I can borrow for like a couple of days?" I'm like, "Yeah, man. I got an Ibanez GSR." I was like, "Perfect. That's just it's just crappy enough that I'd be like, it's not that bad, but whatever. Sure, I can get it." And so he came and got it. And then when he brought it back, he was like, "That's was surprisingly good." I'm like, "Right?" He's like, "Yeah, that was, dude, that was good." I don't know if they would just, for like a punk thing, it worked. Maybe that was they were playing like in a punk band. It might have been, exactly the amount of trash and shit sound that he needed. But for me, I've always done it direct, and it always just had a really nice, really smooth sound. I can play some tracks from that time era, and I think the bass sounds really good. And it's just a direct. So, feel how you want to feel. Say you don't like the sound of this, that's one thing. But say that the GSR 100, maybe you did something. Maybe what kind of amp are you running? I was always direct, it was just, it didn't need an amp. Seriously, it didn't need an amp. I'll play a track or two just to prove it. The reason I showed you that is because the JVC Vario is $50 on eBay right now. If you wanted to get one, I was thinking about getting a couple. I've got lights and green screens, so I've got ideas for movies. Movies. I've got an idea for a movie. I would just have to go like the local playhouse and catch different shows and find people that fit the different roles. So like I'm casting, like a casting agent, and the playhouse isn't very expensive. Those guys, like the narrator guy, he was Chris's neighbor. He never acted before, as far as I know. Never done narration before, but we gave him some direction in the vocal. But like the first one's a little bit fast, like just kind of because he's in the got the talk back, and Chris could hear him, and just to be natural with it, man. Just kind of you got light on, yeah. Everything's getting there, yeah. It's cool if I smoke in here, yeah. Of course you can. You can smoke in there, okay. All right, we're gonna record and just gonna do the different lines in there. And he just went through. I'm like, it sounded fucking great. It sounded awesome. Who do I talk to for that? He seemed to take it very seriously, man. So, just look around. There may be people that actually want to get into your movie. If you have an idea for a movie, that's actually pretty good. When I wrote Fat Boy, I checked with some people. There's this guy, his name is Vince Rice, but his real name is Vincent Rice. It's fucking great. But he goes by, I don't know if he might go by Vincent. Anyways, I saw him for this one character, CJ. I think it was CJ. I don't remember. I have to look the plot again. The script again. But I pictured him, and I hadn't seen him in like years. But I pictured him as the role, and then I go to Circle K, and he's just there. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? This is crazy. I was just thinking about this. He's like, oh, wow, what's going on, man? I was like, have you ever been in a movie? It's like, I've done extras in a movie and stuff like that. Really? You've been an extra in a movie? He's like, yeah, because like the movie scene in Shreveport starting to pick up. I'm like, that's cool, because I got a movie idea that I want you to be in. And immediately, of course, goes, no, dude, no. It's a movie. It's a movie. I'm writing a movie. Okay, I was like, it's not that big of a, it's a role, but I see you playing it. Would you be interested? And he's like, again, hesitant to, kind of shady ass shit are you trying to pull, Sean? And yeah, he's like, and, so I eventually I pulled a meeting because I was talking to different, I cast all the different who I could see in the different roles. And once I got that all settled together, I was like, okay, it took about a month to get everybody to agree. And I was like, I'd like to have a meeting at my house to show you guys, what I'm thinking about. And I think all but one person came, and I had already done like a sketch, a scene that only needed me, and I had copies of the script to give to everybody. And so I had sketched it together through, whatever. And I even had the credits with their name in it. It was really cool because like I had like, there's like a light, you could see like a light kind of shining. and then as the name would come up, you couldn't read it, but right as it would get to right here, the light would shine behind it, and it was just going slow enough that we, and it would light up their name, and the name was in black. So then as it went up more, it would kind of fade out, and the next one, it was a really cool effect. I just wanted to have it fade by the fucking, you know what I mean, fade by the light. I didn't mean for it to do that. It looked really fucking cool. And the scene that I did was just a really short scene where my character is like I think they call him a punter. You know, the ones that'll try whatever, give it to Mikey, he likes it. And so my guy was one for Fat Boy. Fat Boy is a big dealer, you know, and they get this new shit, and it's a whole new thing, and he's refusing to take it because it's like, and he's like, why? And he's talking on the phone with Fat Boy, so I did like a phone voice, you know, like, why, man? Why don't you? And, you know, and I ran through like a phone filter, sound like we're talking on the phone. I was like, well, first off, it's green. Second off, it comes with instructions. You know what I mean? You know, and I go through the whole thing of like, what do you mean green? Green! Gree, green! And so there's a whole like a description of stuff, and then like I got finished doing it, and I was like, all right, man, and I'll see you in a few. And I hang up the phone and whatever, and I come out of the end, and like I just showed this, you know, the credits. It was just that one little scene of that, and then they were all, and I got fun, you know, I was playing the end credit music and stuff, and they all stop and they go, oh, you're shooting a real movie? I'm like, yeah, I'm shooting a real fucking movie, man. And really, a lot of them kind of backed out after that. I don't know what they thought. I guess they thought I would never pull it together. It's like, oh, this guy's talking shit. I'm like, here's your script, here's your script, here's your script, here's your script. I've got a camera. I'm trying to get a second camera to go together. I've got the credits. I got the software and everything to go. I know how I'm going to shoot this. You know what I mean? Let's take a quick look at what I've got in mind. Oh, I thought you were bullshitting, dude. Like, yeah, I mean, I'll be in your movie. You know, people talk shit. And someone shows up with a goddamn script and a camera, like, can you be there Thursday? Oh, yeah. And why'd you say yeah? But, yeah. What was cool is there's a guy, Michael Blackshire. Blackshire. He's a cool dude. He didn't get any problems or anything like that, any reason to dislike him. So, he was hanging out, but he gave me he helped me come up with one of the lines, from the movie. God, I should find it. But, like Fat Boy, one of the sayings is, you understand business is business and business is good. This is just the way he delivers it. It's like, you know what I mean? He's usually counting money. And we're about to fucking kill somebody. You understand that business is business. Business is good. You know what I mean? Until you, business is good, man. You're the fucking linchpin. So, sorry, you gotta go. Business is business. Fuck, business is good, man. Dude was like stiffing him for a while, and he shows up with a fucking gun to kill him. You know what I mean? He's like, "Where's my fucking money?" The whole reason he came with the name Fat Boy was because he named PHAT Boy. When he was younger, he was actually overweight, and so everybody called him Fat Boy. Hey, Fat Boy, Fat Boy. And so, like, later on, he slims up, gets his shit together. He actually meets a couple, like, older cats that, you know, take him under the wing. Like, look, dude, things ain't gonna change for you until you do something different. You got to do something to change shit, right? He wants to help you? Like, yeah. And next thing you know, he's, like, fucking a drug kingpin, dude. Slimmed down. He's, you know what I mean? He's got his shit together. He knows what's going on. Got the whole network of shit, you know what I mean? It's pretty dope. It's a pretty good story. The reason I came up with that, I was working at, Solo Cups. And there were these two guys that worked there. One guy was like a military dude. And the other guy was kind of, I won't say hood or anything like that, but he kind of looked like he would, you know, he would sell drugs. At some point in time, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, you know, I've bought drugs from a lot of people that look like this guy, you know? And so I was just watching them as they're talking back and forth. I'm just watching like military guy, drug dealer, military. Oh shit! What if a drug dealer got so fucking rich and powerful that like life wasn't even challenging for him anymore? Like judges and shit are afraid of him. Cops are afraid of him. What he wants is someone who's not to hunt him. So he finds a military dude who's been kind of like drummed out. And so like the first time he hires him, and then the fat boy's at the mall, and then he gets a call and it's like, hey, he's like, yeah, and he's like looking in the mirror, he looks in the mirror and it's like, of course, there's a dot on him, and he's like, yeah, he's like, I would pull the trigger right now, but I want to get this paycheck, and he's like, why don't you look to your left? And there's a guy standing there, you know what I mean, like that, and they're like, yeah, you're not. I did my research too, fucker, you know. I could have killed you, but I'm just trying to have fun. This would be way too soon. I've already paid you some money. This is way too soon to fucking kill you now, man. Try harder. Come on now, dig in deep. Find that, you know, the one that got you drummed out of the service. Find that. I need you to get creative. That's what I want you to do. But then, I figured I'd tell the story of how it got there, because once I got to when I got to USSC, well, once I got to Odessa, I met a few people that were really cool. And then once I got to USSC, I met a couple people that were really cool. And I was like, you know what? You'd probably be like Fat Boy before he got that fucking level, though. Because I bought lots of drugs from people that look like you, too. You want to be in a movie, man? I'm going to change the name of the album from Fat Boy to Fat Man. This is going to be Fat Boy. You want to be in it? Yeah, man. Alright. Let me cast other people now. I'm going to have to write this fucker up. I'll be back with you. I'm going to be in it. You know this, man. I'm going to be in this. So, yeah. I actually had a chance to give it to somebody, and the way it was written was just regular, like whatever. And it's like, hey, man, this is not written out properly. And he gave me an example of a script, how it should be laid out. And so I reformatted the whole thing like in less than an hour to match more with the font, everything, like the way it said. It's like, okay, now I can read it and I can figure, but I still don't know what the fuck to do with it, and I don't think this is enough. I'm like, I wrote some additional scenes because I read it out. I visualized how each scene goes. And so I played it out slowly with the background music in the background and everything, because I wrote the background music. I mean, all of it. There's a place where there's a swap off between the chemist guy and, the punter. And it's called, the song's called The Chemist. It's fucking dope. There's even like a pause, and the guy's like, hey man, tell Fat Boy I'm really, and he's just going on and on. And the puncher guy just kind of sitting on the bench, and he's just like, the pause happens, it's like, whatever, and gets up and walks away, and then like music right back in. I timed all that shit. You know what I mean? I'm timed all that shit in there, and so like trust me, I've read it several times, and kept a timer, running the music in the background and everything, as I read it, how at the pace I'm expecting it to go, and all the scenes I have in the background, like when there is an action going on, what I have in the background, and I've timed it out, man. It's a runtime of about 2 hours. I filmed the additional scenes just to have extra DVD extras, honestly. Because I know how to do all that shit, too. I can know how to do DVD menus and all that shit. So, I mean, we made CD pluses. And again, you can do this on you. There's nothing to be like, there's a great thing from, this one side, wasn't it? Yeah, because I'm always grabbing the stupid side. Now his side saying, fuck you. No, what the fuck? It's even. Steven. Anyway, so more of the above. Damn it. You can go to your local place and get people the Vario. You can see if there's any like writers in your local area. If you want to be the producer, like you have the stuff, you could always I've got an old iPhone 6. It can take really good video. As far as audio, I have a tablet that has a USB-C jack, and I have a Samsung portable jack that plugs into it. And so technically, just off screen, I could have that, and it's a good condenser mic, kind of like this. So instead of having this camera sound, any operational noise, this could be sitting on the side, perched up. And it can actually sit on one of these. So I could have that sitting, somewhere nearby, somehow. Even it can adjust in height, and somewhere nearby in some way where it's still hearing everything, but out of the shot. Right here, you see? Oh, just turn it a little bit more, and it'll be out of the scene, Come on, damn it. Trying to get those legs to turn. Anyways, fuck you. They're right there. At the right volume, it still would sound a whole lot better than the camera mic. The JVC Avario mic is not bad, but I just wouldn't use it for. I'd rather use if I didn't have the Samsung, if that wouldn't work, I'd rather have someone just take the legs off of this, even if I have to do it, and just sit there and hold that shit up so that it's just kind of it'd be like sitting like right here, right there. Maybe a little bit higher just to make sure that in case there's any kind of movement of the move ahead and you want the screen to go up or whatever. But basically, yeah, right around there. And gets about this kind of volume, like this kind of sound. Make sure that whatever room you're recording, if you as an advice right now. Yeah, that's like the flat sound. If there's any flat sound in the background, you want to get as much as you can. Like record like about 4 or 5 minutes of it, because you might find places where you want the film to go, and you might need to change the footsteps, but something happened in the background. Like now go to the left. All right, now go to the mirror now. You can give direction to improv, but you don't want that in there. So you cut the audio feed, and you just have the sound, and you. And make it run sound, and that's what they do with TV all the time, like all the time. That's why they have those Foley artists and stuff like that. Shing. No sword actually does that. That's just metal on metal. So yeah. In my story, I went ahead and explained that. It's like there's a guy that's coming up behind the thief. He's like I was thinking about cutting the guard's throat. He's coming approaching me behind with his freshly drawn blade. It rarely makes a sound that we expect, unless it's got a whetstone in the sheath. But those are usually much finer blades, and no. So it does as you're pulling it out. It does sharpen. It says shing. You know what I mean? So you got a fresh sharpened pull on that. You just kind of push down as you're pulling up. Or on the top side. Either way, it's got it's got a whetstone in the. So it actually will make that sound when you pull it out, because you just sharpen that bitch on the way out the door. You know what I mean? It's things I think of. I don't know why they haven't. They're the ones making the fucking things. Why am I fucking? I'm just fucked up. Yeah, I'm just fucked up. Why are you trying to make a sword sharper? Because if you're going to stab somebody, what kind of brutal shit are you doing? You going to use a rusty spoon? Cruel motherfucker. A butter knife? What are you doing? Use a replica? If you gotta draw swords, you gotta draw swords. Don't be drawing that bullshit. If you're gonna pull a gun, be ready to use it. If you're gonna fucking throw your fists up, don't ever throw your fists up unless you're actually ready to fight. Because that's just anyone watching is like, oh yeah, he's ready. He put his fists up, dude. That sound is a symbol of fucking. And said, come on. Come on, bitch. As soon as you did that, whatever happens to you, it's over. As long as your hands are down. Like, dude, we don't gotta do this, man. If you want to do this, we can do this. But, you know what I mean? And people go, yeah, he wasn't trying to fight. Right? Look, man, you want to do, whatever I'm saying. Doesn't matter. What's my posture? What's my posture? What will everybody say? What will they remember? What will the witnesses say? Even if you lose and you were in the right, if I had my hands down, dude wasn't trying to fight him, man. He didn't even have his hands up, and dude comes up and just punches him in the face, man. That's not he's the victim. He called him a fucking bitch, but that's no, you don't just break a dude's nose for, you know? You don't. You have the freedom of speech. You do. You don't have the freedom of assault. That's why they invented the Second Amendment. Then I didn't punch you. It was the gun that punctured you. Right. From your cold dead hands. How hard would that be right now? Fucking idiot. Like he's gonna live forever as long as he's got his hands on his Remington. Oh, fuck, I'm dead. Well, don't take it now. That's bullshit. What? Why would you do that? I know I said it, but I didn't. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. I didn't mean like that, asshole. I meant you had to fight me and earn it. When you kill me, then you can. No, you're gonna be dead soon, anyways, Charles. Charles in charge of our guns and our rights to live. And I don't want Charles in charge of me. What I hear, what he does on set, Scott Baio's not exactly someone I'd want in my corner. I don't know, but I mean, I don't see why Nicole Edgar would, I don't know what would be the gain from it. It's not like he's got he's a rising star. He's really on the brink of something. You know what I mean? I'm gonna leave it. I can't get it balanced out, and I don't care anymore. I'm tired. They won't let me sleep. Oh, they don't care what I put on. It's just as long as I'm doing something. No. No. This is a good show. I said you're gonna get to see a show. When did I ever say Tell you what, you don't give me less, I'll give you more. How about that? I'll make it right. Sometime. Not this time. That's 2 hours and 36 minutes, and you talk about what? Not long enough. Premature, my ass.